Many thanks to Vet Attraction Vanilla servers, One Original DayZ servers, Clash Vanilla servers, Sergeant Pepper's DayZ Invasion servers, Sea of Tools Cloud, Double Tap, DayZ Damned Hardcore and Vanilla servers, and We That Remain roleplay for making this video possible. In finding all of the caves of Sakhal, I accidentally stumbled across some spine-chilling Easter eggs on this map. So in this video we're going to be looking at all the caves in DayZ Frostline to find the best caves to set up a base, explore the creepiest location in this game, and connect the dots to explain the biggest mystery on Sakhal. There are 11 caves in total on Sakhal, but I've included all archways and tunnels in this video too for reference. Starting with cave 1 then, on this map, located in the fresh spawn hills of Severomorsk, which is the town to the north. Sadly you can't place a tent or build here, and nor can you light a fireplace, but all caves, archways and tunnels on this map will protect you from the cold. One such archway is located here. You can build here, place a tent and light a fire, but the terrain is quite sloped and it's also very open. The third location has a similar issue of being too sloped. You can't place a tent here due to the bones on the floor too, but you can light a fire. Cave 4 allows a fireplace too, but also is too sloped and has a giant frickin' hole in the roof, so I'm not even sure if I should call this a cave or not. Next is a tunnel cave, which is one of my favourite tunnels. You can block both sides here, place a tent and have fireplaces, but you're exposed to players on the hill here, and this tunnel is located along a path to the peak of Ice Ridge, this mountain here. This is going to be very easy for other players to find. Cave 6 is again too sloped for DayZ's base building and tent placement, but highlights something very interesting about these caves. On the playtest for streamers, this particular cave ceiling was much lower, so it is very possible that the caves of Sakhal are not finished and will be improved in the future. As you can see here, this one has been improved. Cave 7 ticks all of the boxes. The ground is flat enough to build a base here. You can place a tent too. However, this cave also has a hole in the roof and players can crawl around this gate here on this ledge here. Maybe someone else can do a better job of making this a base, but I found that you could just crawl around the gate, but that hole in the top makes it very undesirable for me. Number 8 is a tunnel cave that you can build in and place a tent, but you can't have fires here, and for me it's just too open on this end. You can't really make this a fortress like this. 9 is a great size, but again is too sloped to place anything but a fireplace here. Number 10 is an archway and has the same problems as other archways. It's too open, but you can build here, place a tent and have a fire here too, much like other archways in the game. Cave 11 is one of my favourites. It has the perfect opening for a gate, and I'm sure that it will make many survivors happy when they come across this. Due to the bones on the floor, you cannot place a tent and fires cannot be lit here either, but if you place a fire barrel or an oven, you can light that under roofs and then use wooden crates for storage. It's located to the east of the capital city, so you'll never run low on residential or industrial loot here, and if you want military loot, there's a military base just up the hill from here, so it's easily one of the best locations to build a base on DayZ. Cave 12 is not though, as again it's too sloped and doesn't allow for a fireplace either, so this can be a place that you can just come to avoid a storm. Number 13 is an archway that allows you to do everything, but it is too open and you can't seal it completely due to the slope in the floor here. 14 is the low tunnel from the teaser that we saw. It's too narrow to build a base in or place a tent, but surprisingly this low roof does somehow allow a fireplace. Number 15 is my absolute favourite cave location, located right next to the town here that players can spawn next to too, so this cave is easy to get back to if you die, has a water spring near it, and there's no wolves in this area either. You can make a gate at the entrance, but due to how there's bones on the floor here, you won't be able to place a tent. You can make a fireplace though to stay warm, and then you can just use wooden crates to store your stuff. So this is a fantastic cave. That's why number 15 is my fave. Cave 16 is near this cave too, but is nowhere near as good. You can't really do anything here. This is like the poor man's cave next to 15. At the entrance, it's just too narrow to place a gate, and if you draw it inside, the bones get in the way when you're trying to place the structure. 17 is the final archway on this list, with this one actually having the potential to be a tiny base if you block both sides, but there are much better locations to make a base. 18 may appear to be better on the surface, as you can build here and place a tent in this tunnel, but you cannot light a fire, and there's two giant holes in the roof, so if somebody comes here and you're inside this cave, it's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel. 19 is another tunnel from the teaser trailer that we got recently, and you can do everything here, but I struggle to believe that players will make this a base, as both sides are very exposed to the hills. Players can shoot you easily inside here, making it a bit too open for most, I can imagine. Number 20 on the other hand is one of the best cave locations, allowing you to build a gate to make it a base, place a tent and have a fireplace in here, so you can do everything inside here, and you can put 2 different layers as well. There are walls in this area too, but you can just turn them into security for your base like I did, while you head down the hill to the nearby airfield. So the airfield is right next to this location, making this one of the best locations to set up a base on Sakhal. Next cave can barely be called a cave, it's more like a hole in the wall. It does allow for a fireplace and protection from the weather, and if you like holes in walls, you might also like holes in floors. So this is number 22, hole in the floor. I thought this was a very cool location. You can get protection from snowstorms here, you can do all of the stuff as well, but it's not really a cave, it's more just like a hole. Number 23 is a final cave on this list, and I've left it until last because it's a very special cave. First of all, it's the largest cave of all of the caves on Sakhal, and it goes much deeper than all the other caves, and it gets dark as you go deeper into it. You can place a tent here, you can have a cozy little fireplace, but you cannot build here at all. Even though this is flat land, you cannot build here due to building restrictions on this particular cave. This is the only cave that has building restrictions. Much like the Livonian bunker has building restrictions, you cannot build here, so you cannot make this a base or block the entrance. These restrictions are in place because, like I said, this is a special cave that holds a very mysterious secret. In this first chamber of the cave, where I placed a tent and a fireplace, there is a pool of water in the corner. This pool will lead you through a pitch black underwater tunnel that will drown you if you take too long to swim through it. It's very quick to swim through, but if you take too long, for example it's pitch black and you don't know where you're going, you will die. So bring a light source when you're going through this watery tunnel. Emerging on the other side, you will be greeted with a creepy drawing on the wall. Nobody knows why this drawing is here or what it means, but the face looks eerily similar to a monster known on the internet as SPC-173. Also known as Peanut, this monster can only move if nobody is looking at it. If you look away from it, if you blink your eyes, or if it becomes too dark to see it, it can move and somehow appears to teleport around and kill people instantly. Again, nobody knows why this is drawn on a cave wall in DayZ. However, there is one more drawing that might explain it, with this one hinting at that figure in the volcano. Could this be the drawing on the wall? Could this drawing here be in the volcano here? If it is, it looks like it's being guarded by a person here with a spear, indicating that whatever is inside this volcano is some kind of threat to us that needs to either be killed or imprisoned inside the volcano. To add to that, at the exact first moment when everybody had access to this map for the very first time, this image was used to announce the official release of Sakhal. This image was the first image we got when Sakhal was released. Could this be a subtle hint to the guard at the volcano that we see in the cave drawing here? It appears to be from the same angle. And speaking of angles, if we assume this circle here is the volcano and then follow this line to the first point here, there is a P written on this peak here with stones. This is on the official version of DayZ. This isn't a mod or anything. It's in the snow of the mountain. Then again, if you follow the line across to this second point, there's an A with an arrow pointing as well. I couldn't find anything after that, and I mean, are these related somehow? I don't know. Whatever the case, we do know that these dots connected together here is from the Armor Free DLC, the Contact DLC, which is also where these giant cables found further down in this cave are found, the same cables that are found in the Livonian bunker. This could just mean that this SPC-173 monster thing is all just a meaningless Easter egg, or perhaps it means that they have something planned for the next DayZ Halloween event, because seeing Peanut in the woods of Sakhal would certainly be a scare to remember. Even knowing that this is on a wall somewhere on this map makes me scared to run around in the woods at night. If you guys have any ideas of what this could all mean to connect the dots together, I have no idea at this point. Or what even this P and A could mean as well. Are these like initials? Do they mean something? Does anybody have any ideas? Share your thoughts below. Thank you very much for watching and have a good day.